is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the February 8th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows, that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I will go check on the circumstances of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on it at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, and we've got you covered there too, you can always send me an email. You can send it to steve@tfnn.com. Send it early. And in the subject heading, if you would be kind enough to type in radio show question, that would be very helpful. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got all the U.S. indices that we track out here, that I track, trading to the upside. We've got the Dow up 338, the S&P 33, NASDAQ 100, 147, Russell 27. Semis are up 66. They're the big percentage winner, up nearly 2%. Trending up 208%. That's 1 4/10%. Spot volatility is below its 50-day exponential moving average. That's printed out at 2170. I'm not sure where the 50-day is. I just know we're trading below that. That's wind at the sails at the back of the S&P 500. Gold's up $7. 18.27 is the print. Silver's up 12 cents. 23.20 is the print there. Light sweet crude back $1.83 after forming that TD9 count top on. Yesterday was confirmed. I think it was yesterday or Friday was the confirmation. I believe yesterday was the confirmation of that. So pulling back to support is something we'll go ahead and take a look at, identify where the support levels are. Natural gas is up a nickel, and the 30-year Treasury trading out at 152.27. So let's begin by, is this breakout real? Well, it's 1:09 in the afternoon, and at 2 o'clock we will have our answer. Now, what I mean by having our answer is we're going to switch panels here. We're going to go over to the white background charts. Now, for the folks that are inside the Tiger's Den, and yeah, there's this new split screen view thing. The Skype seems to have updated, changed things overnight or what have you. And so we're all kind of, when I just logged in before the show, I was like, well, what's this? So I'm not sure but I know the production team's doing the best that they can to try to get this all figured out as well. But in the meantime, what we're taking a look at on this chart here, and hopefully you can see it somehow, some way, is 5-hour time frame charts. Now, the reason is, so one of my roles here is to be able to share with you what I've been able to determine is the best time frame that's giving us the best signals. And at the moment, it is the 5-hour time frame chart along the top for the equity future contract. So here's what we can see there. So if you take a look at the ES Mini, I'll just simply expand this one out. The ES Mini, we had that nice rally off of the bottom on the 24th. And what price did was it ran right into its TD9 count breakdown resistance level. 45.7250 was the first one out there. Another one has been created at 45.86. So that's one you're going to want to keep your eye on next. But price makes it, so that's one of the valuable aspects about the TD9 count. Not just that it can identify tops and bottoms. So you've got the last bottom here on the 5-hour chart in the ES Mini was a TD9 count bottom. But also because you know where resistance levels and support levels are, really the breakout or breakdown areas. And I can guarantee you, inside TFNN, nobody would have selected those levels out there. No one, including myself. I selected now because I've got this automated and running, and so it's very easy for me to see objectively objectively, not subjectively, exactly where the breakout levels are. So the point about this 5-hour time frame chart, which completes this bar that we're in, completes at 2 p.m. If price closes back below 44.99 or 4,500 out here at 2 p.m., then the oscillator and change line will again have held as resistance. If price closes above this level, then that suggests that there's been a change in tone, so to speak, in the market, and that the ES mini should make a run for 45.52, or more likely really 45.86, which I believe is both the top of the profile, bearish structured profile that is, as well as its TD9 count breakdown level. So now that you see that with the ES mini, you'll see that we have the same pattern, or had the same pattern set up here for the NQ. The oscillator and change line has acted as resistance. So at 2 p.m., if there's a close of a 14,655, that's going to suggest a change in tone, and price should make a further move higher. Now, there's sellers at 14,782 in the NQ, and then 14,941, and then 14,944. And then finally, the key level that the NQ would have to close above to suggest that there's really more rally left here is the 15,233 level. In the case of the Dow Equity Future contract, she is giving us a signal that it's not going to pull back to the 35,140 level, 35,315. Not that it can't in the next 48 minutes out here, but there's nothing I'm going to say in this next 48 minutes that's going to make it pull back here. So it would have to be, I'm just kidding you there. That was a little Stevie humor. But what we can see as we speak right now is prices above the green oscillator and change line. That's important. And it's above the top of the current profile for the 5-hour time frame, 35,241. So that tells you and I that price set at 35,486. So now 35,486 is going to be a real key level to be watching on the Dow. It looks like the Dow or the Russell could be the first ones up to test those key levels. In the case of the Russell, it's 2052. But the Russell for the last day and a half has been trading above its oscillator and change line, albeit red. Green is a stronger meaning, but price has been above it. And now that we've got the other 3 equity future contracts joining in on the game, the potential of a rally game out here, it's the 5-hour time frame chart, it's oscillator and change lines, as well as their TD9 count breakdown levels, and then of course the battles that they'll have with regard to some TAS market profiles. That is not the case with the Dow Equity Future contract. So that's the controlling time frame in the markets out here to get your messages from, at least as far as Stevie is concerned. Now, as long as I've got the 5-hour charts up here for the other instruments, or a couple of other instruments, the gold contract as an example, right now what we know about gold is it is negating its TD9 count top out here. So any close above the bar following bar number 9, that high out there is 1825.80. We're at 1827.70. That's the price that's the price level that gold needs to close above. Again, that level here is 1825.80. If that happens, then the signal there is that what gold should do is make that move up to 1850. Around 1850, I believe, is a daily descending trend line area. So right now, that's the signal, is that it wants to make that move. Of course, it depends upon the close 46 minutes from now. In the case of silver, it does not have a TD9 count top or anything out here. Price is trading above the top of its daily profile. And so, not daily profile, it's 5-hour profile out here. And so a close above 23.11 at 2 p.m. is going to suggest a move to 24.02. U.S. dollar index, what do we see out here? Not much. Light sweet crude, which is pulling back, one of that daily TD9 count. Now on a 5-hour basis, at 2 p.m., you're going to have bar number 8. What we know about the TD9 count is you can form a bottom of bars 8, 9 to the bar following bar number 9. We won't know until the end of the trading session whether a completed TD9 count pattern will form or not. Look great.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500-plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our first caller. It's Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Steve. I just got back from a bike ride. Beautiful day here. Just got back, and I got to listen to Steve. And so here I am. I hope you're doing well.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, that bike ride sounds pretty nice. About how long of a bike ride were you on?
I just do sprints. I have a hill by my house, so I just do as many sprints as I can up that. Just going back and forth. It's instead of doing distance, I'm just doing doing quick sprints up the thing.
Interval training is great. Which in essence is I guess is really what you're doing out there, and that's what I do for the most part on it used to be on a daily basis. Now it seems like best case is every other day. But I'm looking forward to getting back into it. I find I don't hurt myself as much on a bike as I do when I'm jogging or running.
Yeah, I like doing my hikes, and that's low impact. That's all uphill again. I mean, of course, getting up there and then back down, you just have to. I just do a real controlled. I've been doing it for a long time, like 30-some years, that same hike. So I just do, when I come back down, I just do it very controlled, and so minimal impact on my knees and joints and everything. So.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Well, you want to take a look at Alibaba. BABA is a ticker symbol. Why don't you tell the folks what you're doing and how I can best help you?
What I've been doing to a certain extent, I used to do it a lot, and I haven't done it for a while, actually, but I did spend some time over the weekend looking at some of the companies that were going to be having earnings this week. And I've been trying to focus on stocks that are, pretty beaten down, maybe even at 52-week lows. And I saw this one was going to have their earnings today. I assume it's after the market closes. And I want to say it closed on Friday about 122. It had been as low as 119. I had in my mind if I could get it down in that teen area anywhere, I'd be happy. And then I saw it pre-market on Monday trading down like $7 down to 115, 114. So that set up really nice for what I was trying to do. And so I bought it yesterday. I'm actually already out. I got out this morning because it had done what I had hoped to do with the earnings, and so I figured there's no sense in sweating it out through the earnings, and so I just wanted to get your thoughts on just looking at it after that, some levels, on the upside and downside to watch in, and in case I might want to get back in.
Sure. Okay. So for a short-term trade, which is what you did between yesterday and today, then and even maybe without even knowing this, just simply the intuition that you have, or at least accomplishing what your objective was, and then you took that profit. I love everything about that. Now, what I was going to also say is that Alibaba is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. The bottom is 122.65, and today's high is 122.24. So everything that you did makes sense to me. Now the question is, what are the charts saying to us about Alibaba? They come out with earnings, as you said, this evening. The daily time frame generated a TD9 count bottom. It did that on January 28th. And now I didn't check out the volume of yesterday, but price was trading in essence into that swing point area. I don't know if it was a test rejection on lighter volume, but you've got the valid bottom pattern. And now what we have in the case of Alibaba are just these battles up top. There's sellers at 122.65, which is the support area, but because price is traded below that support area for more than 2 consecutive sessions, old support can, and at this stage here, has become resistance. So 122.65 is one battleground area. If price can close above that, Brent, then the next 2 battlegrounds are at 127.24 and 129.53. And if price can overtake that, then 136.75 is where you would get your change in trend signal. But that's where a rally could most certainly stop out here. But on the daily basis, you've got a valid bottoming signal. It's just a matter of those skirmish areas, those profile levels, what is price going to do? And neither you nor I know that. So we go take a look at a weekly time frame chart and see if there's any other kind of signals out here. And it turns out that on a weekly basis, this generated a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. Now, the cool thing about the weekly time frame chart is that we can see that price has been consolidating with inside the profile. Now, the profile is bearish in structure. So that says if we did see a weekly close above 136.53, that would actually be a change in trend signal. So right now, even if you were going to take a trade out there, where you should see some real resistance would be at that 136.53. It could really be between 129.57 and 136.53. So before I turn over to the monthly chart, I didn't ask you the question on the daily, but we can go back to the daily chart. Any questions about these 2 time frames that we've looked at? Or maybe something that you add to it that I've overlooked?
No, that's great, Steve. That's exactly what I was looking for. I mean, every time you just kind of nail it with what I'm trying to isolate as areas to be watching, and you're certainly doing that.
So the issue that we have in the case of Alibaba is really the monthly time frame chart. So does the bigger picture, is this really generating the signal for us? And if that's the case, then Alibaba wants to trade lower. And the reason that we would say that, it's got a nice wave number 7 and Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. So that's letter G that you see on my screen. And you see those diagonal lines followed up with a bearish reversal candle. This had a TD9 count pattern that it formed a couple of months ago, but that was negated in November. And that says then, okay, price might want to go tag the 100.02 level. That's its breakout area. There's an A to B equals CD to the downside, but there's no bullish reversal candle at this stage here. So the bigger picture is that Alibaba is likely not done headed to the south. So what that would suggest is that the only thing that would change that condition would be a weekly close above 136.53. So I'd say at this stage here, with price trading below the bottom of the daily profile, consolidating with inside the weekly profile, that you might get a move. You might get a move to the upside, but it should find resistance at 136.53. So with it coming out with earnings right now, and you've had a nice trade here, I'm not going to obviously tell you what to do. You know what to do out there. But I'm not seeing the all clear signals.
No, that's great, Steve. I thank you very much. That's when it gave that to me today, I've already told you before that, those are the trades I'm doing right now. If I get, anywhere in the ballpark of what I had, hoped would happen, and it does happen, then I'm getting out, and I'll just, especially with the earnings coming out this afternoon, I'll wait and see what happens with that. And if, it takes off on me, I don't get another chance, that's fine. It already did what I wanted.
Perfect. Well, hey, I say up back to the hill, Brent.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, for round 2.
Exactly. Well, hey, thanks for calling. Always good to speak to you, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again soon, I hope.
That sounds great, Steve. Thank you so much, and just have a great day, fantastic Tuesday, and I'm sure I'll talk to you soon.
Will do. That sounds great. We've got a couple of questions that have come in by email, folks. So let's go ahead and get to those before Stevie starts falling behind. The first one coming in from Alton. Alton happens to be the road that I turn off of when I'm on 395 heading down to Miami Beach out there. But it's spelled a little differently. But Alton says, hey, Steve, I've been following your show for a couple of months. Enjoying it. That's great. Thank you. A couple of questions. Do you think BP or TLRY are good stocks to own for the long haul? Consider entering into them. Thanks for your information. This is George. Okay, so let's go. Alton was on the email out there. So let's take a look at these two requests. TLRY, TLRY. So one of the pot stocks that are out here. And with regard to long-term or not, here's what we know right now about TLRY. It's trading below daily, weekly, and monthly profiles. So what you and I need to see, George, here, and you're more interested in the long term, it sounds like, because we really need to see some compelling bottoming signals. And even if we do get those, very much like in Alibaba's case that Brett and I were talking about, we've got some battlegrounds up top that we can take a look at. So we're going to a breakout here, George. So do me a favor. Hold on. We'll come back. We'll take a look at TLRY. We'll take a look at BP. And it looks like Hector wants to take a look at the energy sector, the XLE. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at TLRY. TLRY is the ticker symbol. And George wants to make a long-term holding in this. And so when we take a look at the monthly time frame chart, you've got a TD 9 count bottom. That 9 count coming in the month of January. You could make a lower low this month and still maintain that pattern, but you've got a viable bottom signal. The weekly time frame chart, George, you also have a TD 9 count bottom. Now, what you really want to see out here is you really want to see price close above its oscillator and change line. That would then give you more of a signal that you've got a bottom. So since you're looking for a longer term hold, your entry point, you want it to be, you'd like it to be as low as you can be, but you'd really like to have this prove itself to you. So a close above 622 on Friday, and you're at 616 right now, would actually give you that signal that this can still hold as resistance. But you've got the TD9 count on the weekly, you've got it on the monthly, and on the weekly we're just saying, hey, you know what, we haven't been above, or it hasn't been above the oscillator and change line since November of 2021 out there. So let's just sit tight and let it prove itself to you. The daily time frame also has a TD9 count bottom. It's got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom as well. So we've got two bottoms out here. Valid bottoms. Now, price right now, George, is pushing into the swing point from February 1st with lighter volume. It doesn't show you that on this chart, but I checked it on my black background charts a moment ago. So I don't know that it's going to take that out. But here's where price should head to. It should head to 695. 676 to 695 is going to be the first resistance zone. The second resistance zone is really at 707. The third one at 769. If you get it close above 769, you likely have a change in trend signal, at least for the daily time frame. So if your question was, does TLRY have bottoming signals? The answer to that is yes. You just have to make a decision as to when and where you want to enter, whether you want the weekly to confirm that signal for you or not. So you've definitely got the signals that you're looking for out there. You had another request to take a look at BP. So I hope that answers your question there. BP is the ticker symbol. Let's go see what BP is doing. And in this case here, this is trading up at its highs. So a totally different look than TLRY, and you're looking to take a long-term position here. So the real question is do we see any kind of a topping pattern? I don't know the answer to that, but let's go look at the charts. So we take a look at BP. Turns out today could be a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top. So the reason I say could is, well, two things. One, the candle hasn't completed. At the present time, it's a bearish engulfing candle. And but what price hasn't done, it has not closed below the top of the profile or its oscillator and change line. So it's really generating a neutral signal for us, George. But a close below 32.62. A close below 32.62 ought to get us back to 31.93 and then perhaps 30.86 out there. So I would rather you, at this stage here, we've got to wait to see how the day plays out. But I would think 30.86 would be the better buy area than where it's trading right now because of that topping signal on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame chart out here, we don't have any kind of a top. We don't have any kind of a signal that I can see. So it's really the daily right now that will control what the weekly does. The monthly, also no topping signal. It says over time, what this wants to do, George, is get up into the 40.08 level. But the daily may be signaling that it's time for a time out. And you'll know that if you see it close below 32.62 today. So I hope that helps you out. With regard to which of the two are the better ones for your long haul, your long-term portfolio, I would be going with TLRY at this juncture. So I hope that helps you out. We've got Hector who writes in. Hector and Patty, they want to take a look at the energy sector, the XLE. So let me get that punched up here on the screen, and let's go read what it is that they're looking for. So happy Taco and Thirsty Tuesday. No, Thursdays are thirsty. If we got thirsty on Tuesdays, it might not make it through the week out there. But the XLE is backing down into February 1st on light volume. This is still extremely bullish, correct? Well, so here with regard to the XLE, what we've got, you can see the A to B equals CD patterns that are in process. But price is above the top of its daily profile. I believe we've got a TD9 count top. We're going to go take a look at that momentarily. So this is bullish. In fact, this would remain bullish, Hector, unless price closed below 64.89. The reason is this is a bearish structured profile that price closed above with a wide-ranging bar and some accelerating volume on February 1st. Remained above it and still is above it through today. So any counter trend move to the downside would find support at either 64.89 or 67.06 out there. Below 64.89, then we may have a different story. We're not there just yet. We may not get there. Let's go take a look at the XLE, the white background charts. You're above the weekly and the monthly profiles as well. So on a daily time frame, yes, you had a confirmed TD9 count top yesterday. You have a bear sash candle that's going right now. Price is trading just below the green oscillator and change line. So this would suggest, so green oscillator and change line is still strong. Tells us that the price oscillator is above zero. But when you're below it, it says you've got a further retracement. Well, we just covered the retracement levels. Where would those be? 6706 and 6489. So yes, it's still bullish, but you have to prepare and anticipate some type of a potential timeout. Here the weekly, still bullish, only in bar number 7, no topping pattern that's been confirmed. Bar number 5 on the monthly with an eventual target of 79.11. So yeah, everything here looks good. Your question was, is the XLE still bullish? It is, but you should prepare for some type of a retracement, and we've given you those levels to be observing and to be watching. So I hope that helps you out, Hector and Patty. Thanks so much for writing in. The next question, we've got a third question here coming in from JT in New York. JT, thanks for writing in. JT wants to take a look at Nordic American Tankers. NAT is the ticker symbol, which, if I'm not mistaken, was generating some kind of bottoming signal maybe on my scans from Sunday. Well, we're going to take a look in a moment here. So you got, hey, Steve, can you take a look at NAT? And would you recommend sell, buy, or hold? Well, right now, Nordic American Tankers is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. That's at 145. So closing below that today would suggest a run for its most recent swing point. That was from February 4th. That had 2.8 million shares. So you're moving into a light volume. But any close today below 145 suggests this could go tag 140. It's only a nickel. You're trading at 143. You're trading below the weekly profiles. You're trading below the monthly profiles. More Nordic American Tankers is taking it on the chinny chin. But let's go see if there's any kind of a bottoming signal. For the daily time frame, the answer is, need my crosshair to see if this is still a valid TD9 count bottom. And it is not. So we do not have I've got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal been triggered, but no bullish reversal candle. So to confirm a bottom there, JT, we'd want to see some type of bullish reversal candle. And then, and you can actually see how these sellers, which were between 155 and 159, how they control the price movement. So that's still where your next battle would take place. Now, close above 159 would get you to 184. On a weekly time frame, do we have a bottom here? We have one that's attempting to form. That's Rhodes momentum indicator signal. That has not formed. And then I've only got the 30-minute chart out here. That's not good enough. There's not enough activity for us to really take a look at that. So your question was, is this a buy, a sell more, or a hold? It's not a buy just yet. And I'd want confirmation. Is it a sell? Well, you're not going to short $1.43 stock, so it could never be a sell, or I would certainly not recommend that. But I think you were probably using the sell from the standpoint as, will this continue to head lower? And until it closes above its oscillator and change line on a weekly basis of 149, this is or we get a bullish reversal candle to confirm a Rhodes momentum indicator signal maybe tomorrow. But you still know you got your battle at 155, 159. Then it would be a buy to get that bullish reversal candle on the daily time frame. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back. All U.S. indices pointed higher. The Dow's up 346, S&P 28, NASDAQ 100, 121, Russell's 26. Semis are up 58 points out there. So let's go take a look at, just really as a follow-up to Hector and Patty's question with regard to the energy sector out here. What we're going to do is, so in the upper bottom left-hand corner, you're going to see the lights. In fact, let me do this here, make it a little bit easier for everybody, and take a look at light sweet crude. Let me get my larger 4-panel screen up here. So as we take a look at light sweet crude, Well, here's the difference. So on this set of charts here that you're looking at, you're actually looking at the actual contracts. So here, light sweet crude is trading in the March contract right now. And you'll see on the March contract, or what you won't see on the March contract is a new profile out here. When I switch to my synthetic symbol, so go all the way back to this 9-panel screen out here. You can see that symbol that I'm using here is my synthetic symbol. It's especially helpful during rollover time periods. In the case of light sweet crude, where we're rolling over every single month out there, sometimes it's easier just to use. Now, this will produce different profiles, and I am using my advanced Doppler tool. I'm going to expand this screen out here just so that we're only looking at this. In fact, let me turn off price here to make it even easier for you to see the new profile. Now, it's not a guarantee that this profile is going to form. Again, I'm using the advanced Doppler tool. It detects new profiles as they are trying to form. And the confirmation of this will come this evening at 6:01. But right now, what I can share with you is since about 4:30 this morning, this profile has not changed. So it's a pretty decent sign that it's going to hold. Here, this is a bullish, first of all, it's a bullish structured profile, because the center is closer to the bottom than is the top. So the second thing is it's a bullish profile from the standpoint that this profile formed above the prior profile. So it tells us about the trend that is still in place out here. Okay, so support is 88.39 to 87.02. And Hector and Patty are along the XLE. That's really important for you to keep an eye on. Now, it's really important to keep an eye on because we have a valid top inside of light sweet crude. That was a TD9 count pattern. That's completed yesterday. Now, the high actually formed on bar number 9. Remember, the high needs to form either on bars 8, 9, or the bar following 9. This also has got an A to B equals CD pattern. And today's candle could generate a 3-river evening star pattern. So you'd have 2 topping signals. Does 2 topping signals mean that it's going to go lower and much lower? I haven't found that to be the case. It just happens to have 3 topping signals out here. It's got wave number 7. That was also confirmed yesterday. So you've got wave number 7, that's letter G, a TD9 count, and potentially a sell the D point pattern today. But price is pulling back, and actually, so on my white background charts, that's interesting. Nah, it's not really picking up the new profile out here. But with price below the oscillator and change line of 90.34, what you're going to want to watch is that new profile level, which is 87.02 to 88.39. If 87.02 gives way, then the last bastion of hope is that price is just pulling back to where it recently broke out from, and that would be 82.99. And Hector, so during this process, you would expect, if price continues to move lower, you would expect the XLE to do the same. You'd ask the question, is it still bullish? And the answer would be yes. If light sweet crude closed below 82.99, and odds favor that the answer to that question would then be no, and we'd have some kind of a change in trend. That is not what I'm calling for. Instead, right now, what I'm calling for, what the charts are calling for, is simply for price to pull back to support because of the valid tops that it has, and that level of support would likely be 87.02. We'll be able to confirm that tomorrow out there with regard to light sweet crude. So I hope that helps you out with regard to just the overall thought and what's going on inside the energy sector. We have a question inside the Tiger's Den coming in from Danny. And Danny wants to take a look at Microsoft, MSFT. So let's go take a look at it, get a feel for what it is signaling to all of us, MSFT. I'm going to get that fired up on the white background chart. So in the case of Microsoft right now, it's consolidated with inside its daily profile. We know resistance sits at 313.91. It's been tested and rejected, and support is at 291.19. That has not been tested. You have a new weekly, bullish structured weekly profile that is formed. Support is at 296.53. What Microsoft would have to do to give you a signal that it wants to move to the upside is close above 310.18. But Danny, what we also know is that 313.91 is the top of the daily profile. So in order for Microsoft to give you a signal that it wants to move to 337.48, you need to see it close above 313.91. I would even argue that that close really needs to be above 315.12. So that's what I see when we take a look at the profiles daily and weekly. Monthly, we have a consolidation with inside that profile as well. So a lot of consolidation going on for each of the time frames as price trades with inside those profiles. On a daily time frame, as we look at the white background charts, we populate this, we've got a buy the D point and wave number 7 bottom out here. That's the letter G, small letter G. That took price right back to where it should have, the top of the profile at 313.91. Now it's backed up. It's still above that oscillator and change line. The question is this setting up the C point of an A to B equals CD pattern? Was yesterday the C point? Is the lower low today going to be the C point? I don't know the answer. But as long as price remains above the red oscillator and change line here, price should move higher. If it closes below the red oscillator and change line, which is where we're printing, basically, 301.23 is the red oscillator and change line. We're printing at 304. If price were to close below that red line, then we'd be looking at a move to 291.19, and below that, then we could be all the way back to that January, I'm assuming this is the 24th. Yeah, the January 24th low out there. So you've just got a good old-fashioned consolidation right now, Danny, inside of Microsoft for its daily time frame. The weekly time frame chart out here shows us what? Not much. Nothing more that I can really add to it, so I won't add to it. And on the monthly time frame chart, when we take a look at Microsoft, what do we have here? Not much of anything either, other than prices below that green oscillator and change line. So back to Microsoft, what's it really doing out here? What's really driving this? I'm going to have to go with the daily chart out there. And the daily chart, knowing that you've got that resistance at 313.91, that's what you should be keeping an eye on out here. You just got a good old-fashioned consolidation at the moment in the case of Microsoft. Mike K in the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at ticker symbol DVN. So that is Devonshire or something? Yeah, Devon Energy Group out here. So let me get that DVN going on this chart here. DVN, oops, N, like Nancy. And we take a look at it. The question is, do we see a pullback? So I see one. Do you see one? Just kidding you. So yeah, my price is pulled back from the high from a couple days ago, but I think the question Mike is asking is a little bit more than that. But price is trading with inside its daily profile. So right now, Mike, the level of support is at 49.56. You're long, so most of your position around 53 want to start adding again. So right now, I would say the 48.56 would be an area to look at. Price is trading inside a weekly profile that formed last week out there. So that would suggest that it could pull back. Let's go see if DVN, that is Devon Energy, what kind of signals it has for the white background charts out here. Boy, on the daily time frame, I'm guessing there's an A to B equals CD pattern that has completed or has been close to completing out here. So that would, I don't even know if it's really been able to do, I don't think it's done that move. Yeah, it hasn't done that. I don't think it has. Here. Maybe. So it might have an A to B equals CD to the upside. Let's got wave number 7. What's Steve been thinking, Mike? You should have just knocked me upside the head with that 2x4. Wave number 7, courtesy of Basil Chapman out here. So yeah, this should pull back, and the support levels here would be 48.57. The real level where you'd really like to add is at the 43.97 area. Steve Rhodes will be right back to finish off DVN.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back. So, Mike, with regard to Devon, DVN out here, the weekly chart, and it's only Tuesday, so I don't know whether we're going to get a bearish reversal candle to confirm this Rhodes momentum indicator signal or not, but what we do know is the key level for you to observe is 50.30. If price were to close below 50.30 this week, then what we're looking at on the daily chart is more likely to happen, a move to the 48.57 or even 43.97 level. If the weekly oscillator and change line holds at 50.30, and you just got out at 53, it still would remain bullish out here, at least bullish to neutral, at least on the weekly. So that's what I'd be watching is the 50-30 level. You want to buy back into this. You like to buy it lower. See if you get priced to move below that level. We've got a question inside the Tiger's Den, not Tiger's Den, inside the YouTube channel. Take a look at XLF real quickly here. Bar number 9 is going to form today. And we can see that when the XLF most recently topped, it was with bar number 9 on January 13th. So we're likely to see a top in the XLF form between today and tomorrow. And then price could actually pull back towards the 39.73 level. That's the oscillator and change line, which changed colors just a couple of days ago. I like the XLF overall longer term, but it looks like this is going to head for a little bit of a timeout here that begins likely tomorrow sometime. The last question in Tiger's Den was to take a look at Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY is the ticker symbol out here. As we take a look at it, what is its signals? Let's get the daily time frame. You've got wave number 7, that's letter G. That formed yesterday. If you don't get a higher high today, well, then you'd have a wave 7 top. But price is above its green oscillator and change line on the top of its profile. So it really gives you a neutral signal. You've got to get below support. In this case here would be 65.26 to suggest some type of further pullback. On the weekly time frame, what do we have here for Bristol Myers Squibb? We've got bar number 9 that forms. So this could form an intermediate term top between this week and next week. The oscillator and change line recently changed color, so you got to prepare for Bristol Myers to pull back. That's what the weekly chart says. Monthly chart's not helping us. Daily chart, not really convincing just yet, but it does look like this is getting ready for a pullback. Folks, stay tuned. David White is up next, your favorite polar bear. Tom O'Brien, he'll take us on home. I'll be back with you on wonderful Wednesday. Have a terrific Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining us, folks.